Move on to a couple guys, couple more quarterbacks that both have, it's weird. We started the show with two shoulders. Now we have the thumb people, the thumb guys. I don't know how else to make a joke about that, Tom.
Thumb people.
The thumb people. Sure. Here we are. Justin Fields. Let's start with him. I'm hoping to see him back. He's expected to play. Been disappointing mostly because of injury. He's QB 24, but nonetheless, Fields, when he's played, 17.6 points per game. So I'm looking to play him as long as you give me some good news. So what do you got on Fields?
Yeah, he's back to practice today. They're expecting him to play. He's had over a month, which with the type of injury he had is enough to get the swelling down, range of motion normalized, and grip strength is probably close to normal. It may not be 100% yet, but they are in a position where they're not playing for the playoffs. So why would they risk their best asset playing when he's not close enough to 100%? So I'm interpreting their expectation for him to play as his grip strength is close enough to be really, really effective. And he's also a guy that I don't think you start Justin Fields purely from his passing upside, which is what would be affected by grip strength. He can run all over the field too. So even if he is a little less accurate, that's not the biggest hit on his fantasy production because he has such a high floor from his rushing. Yeah, I'm totally confident starting him this week.
Now, let me ask you this. Grip strength, in your expert opinion, knowledge, does that affect accuracy more or throwing the ball deep more or just like everything, basically being a quarterback throwing the football?
Accuracy is the big one. It could reasonably impact throwing power if the strength is so poor that you can't even get a spiral on the ball. But he's not going to play if that's the case, of course. So
Right.
it's more accuracy that we're worried about, and it could also impact his ability to handle the ball for fumbles as well, whether that be a handoff or even a defender swiping.
Okay. So could affect some accuracy, could see some errant throws, but you're feeling pretty good about him. And that's why I'm playing him too. You play Fields for his rushing upside. I'm ready to start him. The Bears this week are pretty big, 9-point underdogs. They play the Lions, so there's going to have to be offense. They're going to have to throw. I think Justin Fields will be able to open it up or run or do whatever he's got to do. And the Lions D, which has been pretty good, the two the Bears are playing, third against the run, but 20th against the pass. So I know that we don't play Fields exactly for the throwing, but there is going to be some opportunity there. Again, they're such huge underdogs. If I have Fields, I'm definitely playing him this week. Matthew Stafford is our next guy. I just wrote thumb, so you're going to have to expand on that for us. Is he going to come back? Are we going to see Wentz? What's the deal this week? What do you think?
He's expected to be back as well. We knew that this was never a very severe thumb UCL injury. So look at it like a grade 1 injury where it's really just swelling and pain and not laxity or increased motion and less stability in that joint. And as of this recording, we don't have the practice reports from Los Angeles yet, but we do have a report where McVay said that Stafford will practice today. So we'll double check that, of course, but I mean, we've got a couple days before they play anyway. So we'll get updates throughout the week, but it's looking like he should be fine. And again, I don't really expect much of a hit on his production. Maybe he misses a couple balls because of his accuracy, but overall, you're not starting him. But as far as Kupp and Puka goes, you should feel comfortable starting them.
And Tom, off that, you made a nice call last week. I remember you told me to sit Puka, and you told us to sit Puka, and I don't think he had a very good game. And you even mentioned to play Dotson, and it was hard for me to listen to that, to sit Koopa Troopa, Puka Nakua. But you've been pretty spot on with that stuff, and it shows you guys and shows all of us that injuries, of course, that's why we do this. They matter tremendously, and that's what we're here to do. But in better news, if he can't play, at least they brought in Carson Wentz. I don't know how sharp he's going to look, but at least it's an upgrade from Brett Rippon. Still in this game, overall, a ton of points projected for the game, 47. And they play the Seahawks, which their defense has been pretty generous. Seahawks defense giving up close to 23 points per game, about 240 passing yards, and they're allowing lots of third down conversions, 46% third down conversion rate, which is 30th in the league. I'm picturing them all day, dialing up Cooper Kupp, dialing up Puka, especially with Stafford playing. And another guy I'm buying right now off his bad 2 weeks in a row is the aforementioned Puka Nacua. So if I'm looking to get somebody cheap who's been struggling, who I think is going to be a really, really solid option the rest of the season, it's Puka. And like I mentioned before, it's also Jerome Ford.